The VO Life is proud to present another episode featuring the musings of that awful hillbilly who rambles on and on. Oh, for Pete's sake, man, get to the point.
Hey, it's Troy, and welcome back to the VO Life. This is a special episode dedicated to that age-old, how many times are we going to talk about it, demos. And the reason I want to talk about it is twofold, because, yes, I do make demos for other people. But I want to explain that, but what I really want to explain is the why and the what difference it makes when someone else is doing it for you. And I think that's the key to it. It's the difference in what someone's doing. So if you're doing your own demo, you are self-producing, self-recording, self-directing everything. It's all you and your opinion. When you pay someone else to do it, it then becomes their project, their opinion. They want it to really make it good. They want it to sound good. They want you to sound good. And the focus goes a little different. This is not to say you can't do your own spots and your own thing. You can. But there's something about putting that other person's perspective in there and their direction and their help that could make it better. I'm not saying you have to go get the Chuck Duran or J. Michael Collins, although I'll be honest with you, there was a time I would have told you, why? Why would you do that? Why? But here's my opinion now. If you can, when you're able, yes, go get it. Why? Why did you change your mind? This is not based on can you reproduce it? Because here was my thought in the past. You're not going to make anything produce and sound like what they can make that demo sound like. I can't do it. You probably can't do it. You might get close. But that's really not what you're trying to reproduce. What you're trying to reproduce is a very well-coached and genuine read. It's not necessarily the music, the sound effects, all the bells and whistles. It's that read. Why is a professional demo a, quote, professional demo? It's not just the production. It's because they coach you through every one of the spots, and they pick out the very best of those spots and turn that into a magical demo. So you're saying I should go get that. If you can afford it and you can stand behind it and you have been coached enough that you can put out great work, yes, go get it. I encourage you to go get it. I have friends in this industry that have done that, and they have really, really helped their career. It's not to say that what you produce or what I might make for you is not way better than what you got. But the thing is, when someone coaches you through the spots and they analyze what's wrong and they help you find the hot spots in that script and they explain it to you, and if you are recording these spots based on products or services or something you like and you believe in and it's tailored to you and your voice, it will sound fantastic. Am I far enough along to give you that? No. Am I far enough along to give you better than what you may have? Probably. And you can listen to the samples that I've put out for the demos I've done for other people. I can consistently hear, or I can hear that's not the right phrasing. I can hear the spots getting better with each demo I've done. The scripts are written better. The music is chosen more carefully and it's better. That's not to say the first few I did for other people weren't as good. It's just to say I'm beginning to understand this more. I'm beginning to get my hands around it more. And what's kind of funny, a couple of people that I've made stuff for, they have really taken off and have passed me by leaps and bounds. on some of the platforms that we're all on together. I'm not jealous. I'm tickled to death for them because I was a part of that. I helped them. And that makes me feel fantastic that I helped them and it was something they could take and make money with it. And that's the thing, right? But on the other hand, sometimes I'm like, but I put the same effort and all into my demos, and how come I'm not? I can tell you how come I'm not. There's not a third party involved. And that's why I need that. I need to have a third party work with me on my spots. You could even do this, and I'm going to give this one away. This one's free. You could book an hour of coaching with someone and say, hey, I'm going to redo some spots. I want to take 5 spots and go with them or go through them in this hour with you, and I just want you to help me get through them to make them better. And record them while you're on with them because you may get a killer read. But what it may do is give you enough information to go back and self-direct yourself into a pretty good demo. Now, you're going to spend the money on the coaching, you're going to put the time in it, et cetera, et cetera. The way my process works is this. A, you have to get pre-qualified. I have to know your studio sounds good, your room, your setup. I want to hear that it's quiet. I want to hear that your noise floor is good, and I want to hear your raw audio is nice and clean. Once we're past that point, then I send you a questionnaire. It's only a page and a half, I think, and it just asks questions about different brands that you like, different things that you like, the type of music, blah, blah, blah. It's just a handful of questions. You can usually send that back in 10 minutes. It doesn't take long to fill it out. From there, I start digging into the things you like. So let's say you pick out as your favorite charity, and I'm picking this one because it's been used, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Then I would go to the St. Jude's site. I would gather information on St. Jude's. I would read their mission statements and things like that. And then I would craft a script around your voice and the way you would do things. And I would do the same for all the products that you put in there. It might be Kroger. It might be Wendy's. It might be Marriott Hotels. It might be Mazda, and sometimes I'll pick something out of the blue to round it up for you to help you. I know I did one recently and I chose Rivian because Rivian electric vehicles are, they're on the forefront right now and all this electric vehicle stuff is. So I thought that's very relevant to put an electric vehicle spot, albeit short. Let's put that in your demo. And it adds a little punch. It really does. I'll ask about your favorite drinks, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, your favorite restaurants, fast food place, regular place, what kind of coffee you drink maybe. And I'll take all of that and come up with what I can tell by your answers how more passionate you are about some than others. So then I'll get the scripts done. Then what we'll do is hook up on Zoom. You will record on your side. I'll listen. And I'll make suggestions to you. I don't want to call it coaching. I haven't been doing this long enough to say, oh, yes, I'm a qualified coach. But I can hear things objectively or subjectively and help you maybe do them better. No, you're going too fast. You really need to slow down. You should really put emphasis on this word and this word because if you'll look at this script closely, this word's in here 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So you might not catch that as you're cold reading it or just trying to hurry up and record it, but just like a live direct session, when you're with a client, we'll calmly and coolly walk you through it and get about 3 to 4 takes of each spot. You will record all that. You'll go through and take out all the gaps and, the fixes if you're doing a clicker or whatever you're doing, and you'll send me a nice clean audio file with absolutely nothing done to it. And then I'll do the processing on my side, which will be very little at first. Then I'll start mixing it with music and effects and, get all your spots done as complete spots first. Then I start deciding what's most powerful. What is your best one out of these? We're going to put that on the front. Where do you sound your best? And then come in and I make sure that they're all different. All 5, 6, 7, however many we end up with on there, depending on some of them are just quick punchlines or whatever. I want it to change gears a lot. I want it to engage the listener. We have to hook them in the first 5 seconds. So whatever we put in that first spot, the first 5 seconds. I want to make sure they stay and go to the next spot. Then the next spot, I want them to go, whoa, that was different. So you may go from a very emotional type read, inspirational on the front, and then it may go into a snarky read, or it may go into a high-pitched sales read. We'll mix that up to where you have variety, and all right, then they're thinking, what's next? What can they do next? They did this and this. Where will they go from here? And that's what you want. You want to engage them, emotionally connect with them so they keep going and keep listening. And I get all this, and I know that's what these professionals are doing, and absolutely doing it way better than I'm doing it, but I'm learning, and they also had to learn. They started off just like I'm starting off. They did some demos for people and probably didn't say a lot about it. And next thing you know is that, hey, I don't suck at this. Maybe I should advertise more and do these things a little more. And I'm not saying this will become a part of my business long term. It may not. But right now, fortunately, I have some time during the week that I can do it, and I enjoy doing it. I really, really enjoy it. I love writing the copy. I like trying to find music that matches the copy and your voice and the way you paste it, and then putting it together. And then when you deliver it and the person really likes it, it's a great feeling. It really is. It's almost as good as delivering, when you get booked on an agency job and they do a 5-minute live direct and they're like, that was fantastic. That was great. No, we don't need any more takes. It's just that good feeling. And it's part of paying it forward. I'm trying to do this to where it's, what's the right word? It's profitable, but also affordable. I don't want to overcharge, but I don't want to undercharge either. I don't want to work for 10 hours on it and make $400, which is $40 an hour. I want to make sure that my process is in place to where I can get it done in a good allotted amount of time, and I can make a decent amount of money for the time I put into it. Because right now I still do have some time to do it, and I enjoy it. So that's the key to it. I enjoy it. But anyway, this is just a short podcast today on demos that my beliefs have shifted because I'm learning the business. My initial used to be, no, you don't need a professional demo. You have no business getting one, blah, blah, blah. But now I freaking get it. I promise you, I will probably be a person that within the next year will have a professional commercial demo, and I may even have a professional automotive demo, and may have the automotive one first, to tell the truth, because I'm trying to get into that niche. So don't count this stuff out yet. Try to get stuff better. And if I can help you in any way, whether it be just mixing stuff down and adding music, you've got your spots recorded, you're happy with them. You've got your own spots. You don't need me to do spots for you. Talk to me about that. I'll help you with that if I can. My passion in this is the end product. I do believe in the full package process. I can give you better spots and better material than maybe what you have, because it's going to be very geared to you. And I think you read it better and you believe in it better and it sounds better. Well, gosh, it's not like that. If I get a thing for something I don't like, I try to make it, I'm going to do, I know you are, we all are. We're going to do our very, very best every time we're delivered copy. But in a demo, this is your sales tool. So you have the ability to make it as good as possible. And that's what we'll try to do. This is not like I said, a slick, polished, highly produced demo, but I will tell you, my production work is decent, and it gets me in a lot of doors. My own production work does, so I think it will help you. And so if I can help you, reach out. It's troy@troyholdenvoices.com. But as I said, professional demos when you can afford them, absolutely. I'm not saying you got to have one for every genre, but if you have nothing but a professional commercial demo, and I've seen this with some of my compatriots, I want to call them coworkers. But that's, anyway, people that are actually in the VO Life group, I know who have gotten pro demos done, and I see how it's benefited them. So it's the right thing to do. Just got to be ready to do it. But if you're not, and I can help you otherwise, let me know. And that's kind of the in and out of demos and how I've changed my mind. And yes, how many times do we say this? Once in every episode. Be sure your space is treated, your sound is good and it's quiet, and your noise floor is down, and your audio is clean and nice, and you don't have to do a whole lot to it. It's just clean. Yes, you can use NS1 and mouth declick and very light equalization, but that's all you should need. Your space should be doing the work. And, you get all that going, and you get some good coaching and some good spots to put together, and you get a demo put together, you've got the right tools and you're ready to go. If you don't have all that, kind of in that order, space, additions for the space, your DAW's loaded up with the right things, and you're able to get the right kind of sound, and then you're getting the coaching, and your reads are good, and you're getting really good feedback from your coaches, and they tell you you're ready, then you're ready. All right? Then you're ready. Don't go too quick. It's not worth it. Don't go get a pro demo in your first 3 months of VO. Nobody's ready that fast. I just don't see that you're ready. Take your time. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's like anything else in life. If it's worth having, it's worth waiting for. So do it. Take your time. That's all I got this week. That's all. That's it. And we'll see you next time right here on the VO Life podcast.
You've been listening to the VO Life with Troy Holden. Check back for more episodes each week and catch up on what you've missed also. This is for you, those just living that VO life. Thanks for listening, and join us again.
The VO Life intro is by Louise Porter. The outro by Liz Moya. You can pick us up on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, and many other podcast carriers. Need to send me an email? Do it today. Troy@TroyHoldenVoices.com. Thanks for listening.